Hi students, welcome to A&P. I am happy to have you in class and just wanted to welcome you to your first week. Make sure that everything is going okay. Let's check a couple things here under your syllabus tab. I wanted to note that this number right here is my office phone number. I'm not very often at my desk, so if you do call that number, I may not answer. If you leave a message, I'll get it right away though, because my messages are forwarded. If you don't leave a message, I might not even know that you called until 2 or 3 days later whenever I get back to the office. So if you call, leave a message. Otherwise, email is always a good option. Under the calendar tab, you'll notice that there are Tuesday and Saturday discussion posts every week. If you were a little bit late on this week's post, or if you got added to the course late, or if you just weren't sure about those deadlines because they switched a little bit, don't worry about it. We'll be flexible with the due dates this week. But going forward, those Tuesday initial posts will definitely be solid, hard deadlines. Anything after that will be subject to the 10% per day that is late rule. Let's see. If you haven't already posted your reply, make sure you get that done by Saturday night this week. Then, looking at Sundays, you'll notice you have a weekly quiz. So one quiz every week, and then every other week you have a written assignment that's due. And that's a case study that you'll have 2 weeks to work on. So once you get this one done, you'll have another 2 weeks to work on the next case study and so forth. So every other week, you'll get into that routine. All right, let's take a look at the lessons folder. In Module 1, if you click on Assignments, you have your reading right here. Make sure that you know how to access that textbook. Your case study is introduced, and I wanted to point out one thing under these videos. If you're someone who really likes to hear the information and follow along and study along as it's being taught to you, watch the videos. They're awesome. But if you're someone who likes to kind of slow down and go at your own pace, I would suggest that you actually start with the PowerPoint presentations right here. So click on these links. That'll bring up the slides that are in the videos, but it will allow you to go through them, read them at your own pace, and study the pictures, look back at the textbook, at a pace that's either slower or faster for you. Either way is fine. Just find out what works and do it. All right, back to lessons again. Sorry, Module 1. Your discussion, you've already looked at that. I did want to note that the module quizzes are timed. So 15 points, 20 minutes, and they are one attempt. All right, unless there's something major technical that goes wrong, you are not going to be able to access that quiz again. So make sure that you're in a quiet space, make sure that someone's taking care of the kids, or your dog isn't bothering you, that you're just alone for those 20 minutes and you really get to focus on the questions. So you get one shot. All right, under the resources, I wanted to note the APA guide right here in the middle. If you are new to APA, or if you haven't done it before, make sure you check that out. It shows you exactly how to cite your sources, and that's the most important part for this class. Keeping in mind that we're all learners here, and any time you're asked to give an opinion or to research something, it's asking you to find a source that's legitimate to back up what you're saying. You're a learner in this course, which means that you're not an expert in this yet, so you need to find an expert who is, and then back yourself up with that information. Make sure that there's no copy and pasting. I just can't tell you enough that that's not allowed, and that you're citing appropriately. So check out that guide. It's awesome. Under the Communicate tab, the best way to get a hold of me is this quick message. Email is super fast, and I get back to you really quickly. And then if you haven't already had a chance to figure out how to look at your grades through the Report tab, ask another student or your advisor how to do that, and then I can do it. I can also help as a last minute, what am I trying to say? I could help. All right, back to the course. If you have any other questions this week, let me know. I'm happy to help. I'd want to help earlier in the course rather than later. I want you to stay on top of due dates, stay on top of deadlines, and not feel like you're getting overwhelmed by the material. So let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I will be checking in with you again next week over another video. See you later and have a great weekend.